AskReddit. People who had sex with their best friend. What the situation now? I have a somewhat similar experience. We'd been really good friends for 13 years. Never dated. Either at least one of us wasn't interested or in a relationship at any given time. When she married, I went to her wedding and was truly happy for her. Their marriage didn't last too long. Guy turned out to be a massive douche, and in retrospect the signs were there, but hey, hindsight is always easy. And she was pretty beat up from that. So she reached out and we started talking more. And more. And more. Seeing we were both single at the time and I was in the best shape of my life, flirting became pretty much the norm. At some point she blatantly told me she just needed it badly. She didn't want any of us to catch feelings, and seeing I was single and did always find her very attractive, I wasn't going to turn that down. So we went to my place, and it happened. And it was glorious. She went home afterwards, and I know I needed to sort myself out over what had happened. Seeing I had also gone on a first date with a woman that went well, I needed to clear things up quickly. What is it I wanted? What is it I needed? I decided to send my best friend a message, seeing if she wanted to help me with buying clothes so I could go on a second date. We agreed on not getting feelings, and I felt like I was able to do that. She replied I should ask my other friends in a snarky way. So I decided there to just let it be for a bit. Maybe she needed some time to sort herself out as well, which is understandable. I went on more dates with the woman I had a first date with, and things went really well. My best friend asked me to help her out in her apartment. She'd gotten it, and seeing she's not too tall, needed some help with putting up shelves and such. So I did. Things were a tad awkward, seeing this was the first time we saw each other since we had sex, but nothing too major. I figured things were going to work out like before. She started getting a bit more distant. But the few times we met up together, she made remarks about how she couldn't just have sex with anyone, and it staying platonic. She didn't phrase it that way, and once again hindsight is easy. She had found someone who was very busy during the day, but could only see her during the night at odd times. It all just sounded very off. Dating the woman I mentioned before had gotten more serious, and we both mentioned it just sounded so off and to take good care of herself before anything else. Later, my then GF told me my best friend was a bit snarky to her when I wasn't there. Sometime later, I sent my best friend a message asking how she was doing, and she told me she wanted to end the friendship and we had run our course. I didn't feel the same and sort of hated it for the first bit, but quickly realized she was right. Our friendship wasn't a friendship anymore, and it hadn't become dating either. I think most cases of great friends having the remote possibility of turning into more than friends will go down this lane eventually. I'm glad we did go down this road, though. It settled what probably had been lying dormant for those 13 years. We ended our friendship with a great bang, and everything points towards her developing feelings. I'm positive by now she realized we weren't going to work that way in the long run, as I did very soon after she ended our friendship. This happened over 8 years ago. The woman I dated back then is now my wife and the mother of my son. I told her what had happened before we started living together. I felt it was only fair she knew what had happened and the timing of things, even though I didn't do anything from the time we started sleeping together and were exclusive. But she deserved to know nonetheless. Edit. The backlash by Reddit is *insane*. Blaming me for being her best friend seems to mean I should telepathically know what's on her mind *. Yet me being her best friend doesn't seem to mean she should have told me she did catch feelings. Reddit sure loves this double standard and the overall toxicity. It's insane. People even go so far as to call me a liar for supposedly having a wife and kid is absolutely insane. Don't blame me for your lack of reading comprehension. I'm turning into a broken record here. Edit 2. Have any of y'all considered it's extremely condescending assuming this woman isn't a functioning adult very much capable of making her own decisions? Sure, you can try and paint me like a predator all you want, but you're painting her some helpless little girl unable to make decision of her own. This is a strong, independent, successful, and educated woman we're talking about here, and we were near our 30s when it happened. But yeah, men bad, women good, I hear ya.